Hello students, in this video you will be studying about the MySQL group by statement. The group by statement is used to group rows into subgroups based on values of columns or expressions. So basically it groups a set of rows into a set of summary rows by values of columns or by expressions. The group by clause returns one row for each group. In other words, it reduces the number of rows in the result set. The following is the syntax of the group by clause. So you have select the names of the columns separated by commas, some aggregate function you could use, okay, in bracket, the name of the column on which you are applying the aggregate function, from table name where the conditions group by and the columns. So the columns are separated by commas. MySQL evaluates the group by clause after the from and where clauses and before the having, select, distinct, order by and limit clauses. Let's look at examples of the group by clause. So let's look at this sample database. The table that we are looking is the orders table. Okay, you can see that there are many columns here: order number, order date, required date, ship date, status, and comments. Okay, so this is just a snapshot of the database, not the entire database. So suppose we wanted to group the values of the orders status into subgroups. Then we could use the group by clause with the status column as the following query. Okay. So we could have said select status from the name of the table orders group by status. So this is your table. We are just grouping all the different statuses that are possible for the orders. So the output would have looked something like this. So this would have been displayed in the output, the different status that the orders could have. So the status could have been cancelled, disputed, in process, on hold, resolved, or it could have been shipped. So all these records that are present here, the status could have been any one of these. Okay. In this snapshot, we can see only one status, shipped, but these other statuses also are present in the entire database. So these are all the different statuses that are possible. So instead of showing the entire column status, okay, instead of displaying this entire column status, the group by clause groups the different types of statuses and displays a summary for this column status. So that is what is shown here. Okay, so we are having a summary of the different types of status that are present in that column. So these are the different types of status that are present in this column. Suppose we wanted to know the count. Okay, here we wanted to know how many orders are cancelled, how many orders are disputed, or how many orders are shipped, and so on. Then we could use the group by clause with aggregate function. So basically, aggregate functions are in the MySQL. The different types of aggregate functions that you can use are average, AVG, count, okay, max, sum, and mean. So average is to find the average, count is to find the count of the different, sum is to find the sum of the data, max is to find the maximum, and mean is used to find the minimum. So these are the commonly used aggregate functions. There are more aggregate functions, okay, but today in this query we are looking at a count. So here we are going to use count. In brackets we are going to find the asterisk. So this stands for, we are going to find the total number of count, okay, for each type of status. So we are using the group by query, the group by clause, to find the different types of status that are present in this column status, and this count asterisk is used to find the count, okay, for this status that will be displayed. The output will look something like this. So you will have, for example, the status of cancelled orders is 6. The status of disputed orders is, or the count of disputed orders is 3. The count of the in status orders, in process status orders are 6, and so on. The total number of shipped orders are 303. So from this entire database, okay, the total number of orders that have been shipped are 303 according to this query that we have just fired. Similarly, we could use the following query to find the sum of these two columns from the order details. So we are having something known as a quantity ordered, okay, and the price of each order. So what we could do is we could use this aggregate function sum, okay, and we could write this as an expression. The columns quantity, order, and price we could have found as the sum of this. So we could use this multiplication. Okay, so we are multiplying this. So we are finding the sum of this two. Okay, sum of this two, and then we are displaying that as total. This column name we are displaying as total. So this name will be replaced with this alias total, okay. So the output will look something like this when we do the group by clause, okay, for order number. What will happen is all the different order numbers are presented, okay, and you are grouping them with this order numbers. The total is nothing but quantity ordered into price each. This, instead of displaying something like this quantity ordered, here it would have been displayed like this quantity ordered asterisk price each, okay. So instead of displaying something like that, what we are doing is we are replacing this with a alias with another name that is more readable, okay. So we are replacing that with total. So this total represents quantity ordered into price each, okay. So it displays against the order number. So these two columns are displayed and they are grouped by the order number. If you wanted to display the order numbers, okay, having the sum of this greater than 1000, okay. So we wanted to only display all these which are greater than 1000, then we could have displayed it using the having clause, okay. So we would have said group by order number. So we are grouping all the order numbers, and then we are using the having clause to display all the totals which are greater than 1000. We won't display any totals which are less than 1000. The output will be looking something like this, okay. So here you can see again we are using the aggregate function, okay. The aggregate function that is being used is sum, okay. So here we are finding sum of this quantity ordered Okay, and we are displaying this column name as items count. Okay, so instead of quantity ordered, in the output, quantity ordered will be represented by the alias items count, and these two columns, the sum of these two columns will be represented as total. Okay, in the output. So you can, so therefore we are using this alias. Okay, we'll come to that later in another video. So the output will look something like this. The items count will be displayed. Okay, and total will be displayed. A total represents these two columns, and items count represents quantity ordered. Now you can see here all the totals are greater than 1000. There won't be any total less than 1000. That is because of this having clause. Thank you for listening to the video.